Hey tubers, how you doing? Long time no see. Yeah, I've been around. I know you're mad at me because I don't come in as often as I should. I really should do more, and I feel like if I could balance my life, get things kind of going where they need to be, I'd be better off. But here I am, and I'm going to give you a couple of niblets to chew on, and then I'm going to leave you until the 21st of this month, and I'll tell you why. So here's what's going on in my life. It's almost a month ago, a little over a month ago. Right at a month ago, I guess it was. I got a message from a friend of mine. A couple. He's a trans guy. They've been married a long time. They had babies a couple of years ago through test tube fertilization. And the grandparents, her parents, decided that they didn't like the idea of him being trans after 15 years. And the fact that they kept picking at him about it, and so mom and dad decided that grandchildren didn't need to be with grandmom and granddad because they couldn't respect her husband. And this led to, in a very small town, grandma filing a lawsuit to get custody of the children, and yes, outrageously as it may sound, this fucking judge gave them the children as a temporary condition. Now, in the state of Texas, you cannot, under the law, we do not have any grandparents' rights. We do have a grandparent statute that allows a grandparent to sue on behalf of the child, but it's under very limited and very, very strict circumstances, none of which do these grandparents meet. The problem is that granddad's a volunteer cop, and all these people grew up in the same town, and here you got some jackass judge knows these people. So for a month, my friends have been living without their children. And they've been living without their children because the judge doesn't like trans people. It's kind of what it boils down to. It really sucks. But Grandma alleged in her affidavit when she filed her lawsuit all kinds of stuff about his transition, and the judge is using it against him temporarily. Ultimately, these kids are going to get their kids back. They will. I know they will. They know they will, but it hurts and they want their kids back now. So, I struggle. I've made it a point to try to be there for them at every step. They do have a lawyer, so they don't need me for that. But I tend to be one of these people who tries to keep you grounded when you feel like you're about to fly off the planet. And, yeah, they contact me on a regular basis, and I intend to continue being here until they don't need me anymore. Please ignore my boyhood. Alright, so that, I'll put that on the side. The other thing I'm trying to do is find a career. I'm trying to figure out who I am and what I want to do. And I don't really know that yet. I haven't figured that out. I know I need a job and a regular income, and I'm tired of screwing around with temporary shit, but that's what I'm working on. Now, as a result of this whole ordeal with my friends, I ended up in this position where I started doing this blog in upstate New York, which is kind of interesting. So I've started participating and writing, and since I used my entire name, you'll have to give me a little while to think about how I want to share that with the rest of my crowd. Perhaps I'll post a link on my Tumblr page, which seems to get no attention whatsoever. And if you go to my Tumblr page and you promise not to jack me when you know my whole name, when you know all of me, then you're welcome to click on it and read away. Writing is a passion of mine. I'm actually probably pretty good at it when I put my mind to it. I don't feel so motivated sometimes because my life is not very motivating sometimes. But on the 21st of this month, I will reach my 4-year anniversary. And there are some things I'm satisfied with and some things I'm not so satisfied with. In my life, in my maturity, in my puberty, however you want to label it. So for now, what I'd like to say is this. I need to really quit having these long absences. And they are due to the fact that it's not that I don't try to make videos. It's just that sometimes I feel like I don't have a lot to say. And I will sit here and put this little camera up, and I will talk to you like I talk to you now. I will talk because I don't know how to shut up. But when I watch it, it sounds like I'm talking about a lot of nothing. And that's not going to help you or me. So, what I'm going to try to do is bring it together. And if any of you guys know how to use Twitter, and you know how to like do that whole twit thing, or tweet, or twat, or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. But if you know how to make that work, and you think you might be willing to give me some pointers about what I need to do to use it as a marketing tool. Yes, I said marketing, not for profit, because I have a job, and I don't want to make money off the community. What I want to do is share with the community. So in order for me to share with the community, though, I have to be able to reach them. And everybody tells me if you put these little hash fruit ninja things, whatever they are, on your posts or wherever the fuck you put them. I don't know where you put them, but wherever you put them, suddenly everybody knows, and then you get 50,000 readers. And what I would like to do is spend some time building building a place where I can share and express my feelings about being who I am, and inviting. I mean, here's the rule. The rule is, number one, you can't ever make everybody happy. So be guaranteed that whatever I do is going to get 2 reactions. There's going to be those that support me and those that are assholes. The assholes, I don't care about. As a matter of fact, they can post whatever they want on the bottom of these things. I'll take all kinds of comments. I'm one of those people who reads over it. Okay? So I look down and I go, oh, there's a supporter. Oh, that's cool. I'm so glad you said that. Oh, look, a dickhead. Sorry. And then I move down and I keep going. So I'm not going to be like hyper monitoring or hyper censoring, or fuck that. I'm not doing all that. What I would like to do, though, is open more minds and more hearts. And sometimes it's just as much about the message as it is the messenger. I get a lot of positive feedback from you guys here on YouTube, and so I want to take that positive feedback and I want to throw it out in the world, and let's see kind of how we can grow the understanding for a community full of very queer people. I do not subscribe, and I'll be flat out honest with you right now. I do not subscribe to a binary existence. Period. It's not my style. So, what I mean by that and why that's important to me is because lately there seems to be this division in the community, and I'm really worried about where it's taking us. It's taking us places we don't need to go. If you are identified as trans male and you want to be hyper male, go for it. If you identify as trans male with feministic qualities, go for that. If you feel like you're genderqueer and you land somewhere in the middle, but you want to take a little hormones for this and a little not for that, do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. It, to me, doesn't mean anything about how trans or genderqueer or binary or non-binary or under-binary or over-binary or separated, or I don't care. Labels are just that. They're labels. What I want to do is get people to understand this one golden rule that I think is important. I don't need a diagnosis. I don't give a rat's ass if you need a book to tell you there's something fucked up about me or I'm wrong. I don't care. What I do care about is I live in a country that premises its existence on freedom. Freedom of every individual to choose their own life. And if we truly live by that creed, okay, the one in the Declaration of Independence, you know, that little piece of paper Jefferson wrote? These truths are self-evident. Remember that all men are created equal. That we pursue life, liberty, and happiness. I don't need a diagnosis or a justification for choosing whatever gender I want to be. Or however I choose to express myself. I don't need that. I don't have to. Because I'm free to be me. So I don't want to see criticism from within the community or from outside the community. So what I want to build is, I want to build this nice big fluffy place. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to say it. Maybe not so fluffy, but you know what I mean. I want us to build a community and get the world to see that gender is as fluid as a glass of water when you pour it on the floor. That today I may want to be a gay man and tomorrow I may want to be a hyper-masculine man and the next day, who the fuck knows what I'm going to be. And why do you care? If you get to know me and I'm important to you and you want to love me because I am uniquely me, then all the rest of that shit is just garbage. It's unnecessary wastes of time. Okay, so that's what I want to build. So just go ahead and message me in my inbox. YouTube's been doing something weird, and I know you're not going to appreciate this, and if I can't answer you, I'll put an alternative email address in the bottom here. Down there. Okay. And the reason is because I use my Gmail account for business. I don't want it connected to my YouTube page, but apparently Google wants to connect it to my YouTube page, so I'm not real kind of cool with that connection, you know. So part of the problem is I can't respond to your comments, because if I do, it's going to expose my business life. And I know I'm all the same person, and this is not going to make a lot of sense to you, but I really need those two things to kind of stay a little bit separate for now, okay? Until I decide what I'm going to do with it. Alright, so my 6-minute video turned into a 13.5-minute video, and I'm going to let you go now because I haven't heard from you. I mean, you haven't heard from me in a while. That's what the problem is. I'm going to take my best gay man, and we're going to hit the highway, and I will be in touch certainly by the 21st of this month to kind of tell you where I'm at transitionally. Alright? Peace, everybody.